We already have discussed uh, source degeneration in common source amplifier, and we have shown if the capacitance is not connected, what will be the effect in the circuit. So we have seen that the we can reduce the external parameter effect into the gain. So this time it is not a function of any device technology parameter, and so it is not a function of temperature as well. So in this case, even if these resistances are a function of temperature, or even if they change in presence of a fluctuation of temperature, but this effect is in both numerator and denominator. So the total overall effect of temperature is very minimal. In this way, we can get rid of the effect of external parameters in your gain, for example, temperature. So this particular uh, mm, circuit is known as source degeneration because the presence of RS actually degenerates the voltage VGS in the input side. So that's why it is known as source degeneration. So I have already discussed these things. Then I have discussed the BJT amplifier, the equivalent BJT amplifier, with the C capacitance connected in parallel to RE. I have also discussed the equivalent circuit, and then we found that if we connect the C, the capacitance, we have the gain, which is again a function of beta, which is the technology parameter. So if we connect, or if we remove the C from that circuit, this parallel capacitance from the circuit, similar to that common source amplifier, we can get rid of this parameter called beta, and the gain will be the equivalent one for BJT. Similar expression we can derive. So one can try at home and will find that what is the value of gain they are getting. So it should be similar to this one, wherein RS will be RE, right? So this way we can calculate the value. So today or now we are going to discuss another type of amplifier circuit, probably the last one, which is common drain amplifier. Okay, so did we probably have not discussed common gate, so this is not the last one. After that we have common gate amplifier as well. So we will start with common drain, which is also known as source follower amplifier. The circuit for this kind of amplifier is shown here. In this case, again we have put the capacitance values for decoupling, so that the DC value, whatever is coming from the bias, does not affect the output. So these are decoupling capacitances. The equivalent circuit of this particular amplifier is shown in the right hand side, that is here, wherein you have V in. So V in is there. You have the source resistance RS dash. Then you have RG. So what is RG? I already have told. It's RG is generally it's coming from bias, right? RG1 parallel RG2. So this RG is actually representing the bias. Okay. Then you have GMVS term. Your source is connected to RS, and which is going to the ground. So your source is connected to RS and it is going to ground. You have RL connected to the source, between the source and ground. So you have RL between source and ground. You have R0, which is the output resistance of the this MOSFET, and then your drain is also connected to ground. So when you have a common drain, your drain is common between input and output. So if you see, this circuit is little bit twisted, because in this side this part is drain, right, and in this side this part is drain. But if I draw in this way, we can very easily correlate both the circuits. That's why I've drawn in this way. Okay, since in few books also you may find it is not drawn exactly in this way, but for the sake of simplicity I have kept it like this. Now in this case, just to make calculation simpler, we consider this Rg value is very high, so we can consider this as an open circuit, and this is your load side, right? In load side you have Rs and Rl, both are in parallel, so you can consider the combined effect of both the resistances as RSL, which is the parallel equivalent of these two resistors. And we have also considered R0 to be very high. Okay, so this is your circuit. Now if you look at your circuit, although we have considered the R0 over here, we have replaced these two resistances with RSL, and Rg, we have removed Rg from input side, however Rs dash is there, and you have this is output current, and your drain is connected to ground. Now if you look at the input side, your V in this case will be voltage across these two terminal plus voltage drop across this resistance. Is it clear? If you look at from this side, this is your V in, right, between this terminal and ground. But in this side, this is not your ground, this is your source. Your source is connected to ground via this RSL. However, you can also consider this RS. Most of the time I have shown you that we don't consider the RL value, because this is an external resistance, load resistance. So in that case you can only consider RS, but in this case I have taken both of them in parallel. If not, then just consider RSL, just consider RS instead of RSL. As simple as that. Okay, so your input voltage will be equal to VGS plus drop across this resistance. Is it clear? So your V in is equal to VGS plus your current is GM VGS, so GM VGS into RSL. So take VGS common from both the terms, so you have VGS into 1 plus GM RSL. What is your output? If you look at your output, you'll find that this output voltage is nothing but the drop across this resistance, because this is connected to ground and you are measuring output over here. So there is only one resistance present, so whatever is the drop across this resistance will be your output. So your VO or V output is GM VGS, which is the current, into resistance RSL. Now from input and output you can calculate the gain. So your gain will be output by input, which is GM VGS RSL, which is output, and then VGS into 1 plus GM RSL, which is input. So a simple calculation will give you AV is equal to GM RSL divided by 1 plus GM RSL. Now if GM RSL value is very high, then you can ignore the constant 1. So you will get AV is equal to 1, approximately equal to 1. But if you look at the expression very carefully, you will find that in practice your AV in this case will be less than 1, because in the denominator you have 1 plus the constant, and in numerator you have only the constant. So mathematically it should be AV should be less than 1 in all the cases. However, if this approximation holds, it will be very close to 1. If GM RSL is very greater than 1, this will be close to 1. So in this case, your output is exactly equal to input. When I say exactly, it means amplitude wise also it is same, because AV is equal to 1, and phase wise also it is same. If you see, your gain is a positive number, so whatever phase is there in the input, you will get the same phase at the output. What was the case in case of common source? If you look at the gains that you have calculated, see here, it was negative, right? Even if you look at the gain you have calculated here, it is negative. So the gain calculated for common source was negative. So in those cases, your input and output are out of phase. That means there is a phase difference of 180 degree. It is very important to understand. Whatever phase you have seen in input will be 180 degree apart in case of output. So there will be a phase difference of 180 degree in case of this common source amplifier between the input and output, right? However, in case of the source follower, the gain is a positive number, that to 1. So you can see whatever you see in input, you'll find the same thing in output, right? Now let us consider R0 is a finite value. In that case, what will be your this RSL value if you consider this? Okay, I already have said that this particular circuit is little twisted, right? Drain is here, in this side drain is here. So what we are doing, we are changing this circuit to this. That means you have a drain. See, if you look at the R0, your R0 is connected between ground and source. And here also I have put the R0 between ground and source. What was your GMVGS? It was from ground to source. That's why you see the arrow, the symbol, the direction of the current has changed. So here also it is from ground to source. Here also from ground to source, right? So now you have the whole, this part is as drain, this is gate, this is source, right? So now if you look at the RSL value, it will be like RS plus RL, sorry, RS parallel RL parallel R0. Where was your RL value? Between source, this is your source, and ground. So you have a RL value over here. So it is also between source and ground. So these three resistances are in parallel, right? Now if you look at the input side, or from this side, what is your resistance? Rin, this is Rg only. So your input resistance is Rg. Now in an amplifier circuit, what are the 4 terms that we generally see? Voltage gain, current gain, input resistance, output resistance. In certain cases you will see the transconductance and trans resistance as well, right, between input and output. The major parameters that we need to find in case of amplifier is current gain, voltage gain, input resistance, output resistance. So I have already shown voltage gain in most of the circuits. You can also calculate the current gain in the similar way. Okay, so this is your input resistance. Now what is the output resistance? I've already said, when you calculate the output resistance, short the input part, all the voltage source you can replace with a short circuit, all the independent current source can be replaced by a open circuit. So you just short this part, calculate the Vx and Ix value, then your Vx by Ix will be resistance. So similar thing. We have short. Now in this case your V in or V out, whatever you say, is 0. So if you see this output side, your current Ix plus Gm VGS is equal to Vx, because here the in this part of the circuit your potential is Vx throughout, so it will be Vx divided by Rs, because this part is grounded, and plus Vx by R0. So now if you look at the Vx, which is also reflecting here, and as this part is grounded and there is no current I equal to 0, so there is no drop across these resistances. So whatever will be reflected here will be the minus VGS. So your Vx will be minus VGS. I am repeating, there is no current in the loop, so there is no drop across these resistors. If this part is grounded, you can consider this also as ground, and the voltage across these two terminal, GS terminal, is VGS. However, this positive terminal is this for this voltage source, and negative terminal is this. So the polarity will reverse if you consider from this point. So your Vx is minus VGS. Why minus VGS? I am telling again. Actually your ground is here, but for this voltage source the positive terminal is here, so it is reverse. That's why your Vx is equal to minus VGS. And because there is no input current, if there is input current, the drop across these resistances will come into the picture. In this case there is no drop, and in fact you can consider the ground at this point directly. So now replace this Vx value in this equation. So you will find Ix plus so it will be Ix. In this case this term should be negative, right? This should be negative because the current that is going from this side and current I have considered in this case are opposite to each other. So if Ix is positive, your Gm VGS should be negative. So there is a small correction. Okay, so consider this thing to be negative. So in this case your Ix will be Gm VGS plus this term. Now replace this VGS with no, that is fine. So in this case you have minus VGS, so your Ix will be Gm Vx plus Vx into this term. So I am repeating, we already have considered Vx is equal to minus VGS, which I have explained just now. So your Ix, just replace this in this equation. So you will find Ix is equal to Gm Vx plus Vx after taking Vx as common from these two terms. That will come 1 by Rs plus 1 by R0. Now take Vx common from all three terms, then you will find it is Gm plus 1 by Rs plus 1 by R0. Now these two term is nothing but Rs parallel R0. That's why we have replaced this as this one, just for understanding purpose. So what is your R0 now? R0 is Vx by Ix. So your Vx by Ix, if we consider this equation, it will be something like this. So you have now a expression for your output resistance in this case. Okay, then this is the last one among these MOSFET amplifier circuits. So this is called common gate circuit. So in this case, this is your typical circuit for common gate. Now if you look at the common gate circuit in this case and the equivalent common gate circuit, you will find that you have V in where RS is connected in series, which is series resistance, series source resistance. So we considered it as RS dash. And these are the decoupling capacitances, I already said. So these will be treated as short circuit for AC, and it is an AC analysis, so these are short circuited. Then you have RD connected between drain and ground, so drain and ground you have RD. You have RL connected between drain and ground, so between drain and ground you have RL. And you have GM VGS term over here, and this is the output resistance of the this thing of the MOSFET. So I have considered this infinite for the sake of simplicity. Now do the simple calculation that we do in all the circuits. So your V in value will be I in into RS dash minus VGS, right? So in this case your VGS terminals are opposite, so it is minus VGS, and your I in will be minus GM VGS. So replace this I in this equation, so you will get this equation: V in equal to minus GM VGS into RS dash minus VGS. Do some simple mathematics, you will find this relation of VGS, which is minus V in divided by 1 plus GM RS dash. Now what is the output voltage? If you consider these two, they are in parallel. So your RD and RL is in parallel, and your current is GM VGS. So it is minus GM VGS RD parallel RL. So this is your output just now we have seen. So replace the value of VGS which we have calculated. Now if you replace the value, the expression for output voltage will be something like this. So your gain V0 by V in will be, you have V in, you have V0, just change the side of V in, you will get V0 by V in, which is the gain. It is GM RD parallel RL divided by 1 plus GM RS dash. So in this case also your input and output will be in phase, but if you look at the gain, it is GM, generally this RS value, this is RS dash, okay, you can consider it RS dash. So in this case also you'll find that your GM value, your gain value is RD parallel RL. If RS is very small, you can neglect this term, so it will be this divided by 1. So your gain is more or less GM RD parallel RL. So your gain is more or less okay in this case, is better. In previous case it was AV is equal to almost 1, but in this case it is greater than 1, in fact lot higher than previous value. However, in this case you got both the input and output in phase. In case of common source you have them out of phase. Now in case of common gate you got them in phase. So based on your requirement you can use the amplifier circuits, either common source, common drain, or common gate. Now what will be the input resistance of the same? If you look at the circuit, your input resistance will be, sorry, this will be VGS, okay. So your input resistance will be V in divided by I in. What is the value of your V in? It's minus VGS, because the polarity of this is different, so it's minus VGS divided by I in is, this is only current source, we are considering R0 to be infinite, that means it is open circuit, okay. So your I in will be GM VGS, so it's minus GM VGS. So if you cancel them out, your R in is 1 by GM. However, your output resistance in this case, output resistance when we say, we consider without RL. okay, because otherwise your output will be function of RL. RL is the external parameter which others will use. When you design, you don't put RL. RL will be somebody else's requirement, right? So your output resistance, if you see from this side, it will be RD, which is very evident from the circuit, that from outside, if you look at the circuit, your R0 is RD. So this is what it is. Okay, now I also have discussed one thing called saturated load. Now this is the circuit, a typical circuit for saturated load amplifier, NMOS amplifier. Now this load is basically a replacement of a resistor, right? So this is your NMOS, which is basically a resistor, acting as a resistor, and whichever NMOS is acting as an amplifier, we call it driver, and whichever NMOS is acting as a load, we call it load, right? Now the equivalent circuit of this is shown here. So you have Vin, you have VGS, then the current is GMD VGS. What is MD? MD refers to the driver. So we are considering this NMOS. So it is GMD VGS, and ROD means output resistance of the driver's NMOS. Then you have 1 by GML. What is this? This value is from the load. This load is also NMOS, so it has a transconductance. So this will act as a load to the circuit, because this part will be again grounded for AC, right? So this particular NMOS load will be reflected between ground and the drain of this. So this is the drain, right? This is source, this is gate. So between drain and ground, you have this load NMOS, which has a transconductance. So it has 1 GML, and it also has an output resistance, which is ROL. Now if somebody asks what is the load resistance corresponding to this NMOS, this is these two parameters, sorry, not this, these two parameters, 1 by GML and ROL. So this load resistance you can calculate by considering these two in parallel. So this 1 by GML and ROL will be in parallel. Now if you consider this circuit, then your Vin will be VGS, which is very evident from the circuit. What will be your VO? Your VO will be this current into this resistance, considering these two are very, very high. Now if these two values are very high, you have an output resistance equal to this. Now you have output voltage equal to this. Now you have input voltage, you have output voltage, so your gain will be output voltage by input voltage. So a simple calculation will give you this value. Now what is GMD? Replace the value of this GMD. You will find that your gain is actually a function of W by L of the driver as well as of the load. So if you can control this W by L ratio for both the MOSFETs, you can get a desired gain. So this is your NMOS amplifier with saturated load. Okay, so I've done it. I hope you understand. Okay.